Okay, we're going to take a look at my Resto Druid UI. I'm using LVUI and WeakWars 2, and that's basically it. I don't use Healbot, I don't use Click, I don't use anything like that because personally I haven't found the need for it. First thing I want to point out is this raid frame is a preview frame from LVUI. It's not actually live. The only person I can actually interact with is the top right one, which is me. These blue squares with the fives, they're not normally there. They're there in the preview because this is what it looks like when there's something I need to dispel, or there's a mechanic, someone's hit with something weird, and I just need to know about it. So normally that's not there. It looks pretty clean otherwise. The other thing that's not there is predictive healing. So when I heal someone, their bar will show how far they should heal after my hots have run their course. But of course, you need to take into account if someone's taking sustained damage, just because it's saying they're going to be full health doesn't mean they will be full health if they take damage after you've casted your hots. And you'll see that bar reduce, the predictive healing, as they take damage, which is fine. So first thing I want to point out is I've configured this with filters in the LVUI setup frame, and what it does is if I cast some of my skills here, you can see that each one has its own position on there, so I can quickly keep track of who has what on them. So my two rejuvenations, wild growth, regrowth, bark skin, and then life bloom. With life bloom, it's important to keep it up 100%. So even though I can see it here, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I recast, even though I can see it, I have a bar up here just to let me know if ever I need to look at my character and quickly reference how much time is left. Honestly, though, I don't use it because as a healer, I just try to stay out of the fire, and then I don't need to worry about getting hurt. I can focus on this a bit more. So that's it. What I'm doing is I'm looking to make sure my hots are applied to everyone. Otherwise, I'm looking at this up here, Weakoris. This is the Icy Veins rotation that they suggest, and it's using basic logic to make sure that I'm being very efficient with the way that I'm playing. What this is telling me is regrowth. I have a proc right here, so I need to use it, so I'm going to cast it, and the reason why it's in priority is because I didn't have my Harmony up. Harmony is my mastery, increases periodic healing by 27%. It's important to keep it up. The next thing it's telling me to use is Swiftmend. So as a druid, I can use it right away. It's not a big deal. Or I can wait for Harmony to sort of take its course, and when it gets low, I can use this direct heal to re-extend the duration of my mastery. That's sort of where my skills, my 6 skills, come into play, is whether or not I want to use Swiftmend right away or save it. What's nice though about regrowth is when I do get a proc, I have the glyph that makes it critical every single time, and when you heal someone with the critical regrowth, they get a buff where I believe it's 50% of the healing that would have done gets reduced from the damage they've taken, so it's basically a shield. So if I'm overhealing with regrowth and regrowth is free, it's not a huge deal. There's still some impact that's coming in from that. You're getting a free 50% of your regular heal anyways. So if I follow this again, nature, it's telling me this is up, so I'm going to use it. This turns into an instant cast, and it's first because Harmony is not up. So now Harmony is up. Now I'm looking at Swiftman. I have 17 seconds left. I don't need to worry about it right now, so I'm going to start dotting people. Put my EE. EE is my key for rejuvenation. I put my 1 life bloom to make sure I get those procs. And depending on what my assignment is, I'll reorder these frames. By default, because to be honest, most of the time I'm doing LFR or normals or pugs or whatever, I don't care. So I have my tanks normally at the top, and then my healers, and then I have DPS surrounding that. This order is kind of wonky because this is a preview, but that's how I do it when I'm doing that. And then when I'm raiding with the guild, I have different setup depending on the fight. You know, do I need to look at my group? Do I need to look at a group of people? Do I need to look at my team? I set that up as needed, and LVUI lets you do that. So the other thing we can look at is my hotbar at the bottom. Everything is bounded to a key, of course. This right side is my mouse. Mouse 4, mouse 5 with shift, alt, and control. This is 1 to 5, and then alt 1 to 5, and then these two keys are my most used keys. That's my E for spamming rejuvenation, and then my Q for Swiftman, because I want to get that out quickly. And then this top bar, I reorder it depending on what I'm doing. Right now I have my intellect potion, I have a couple movement skills, but I might throw my battle res on there or something depending on the fight, depending on what my assignment is. So what's fun about this is you don't even really need to look at this. The only keys that are really relevant to me right here is the Z, X, and the C, because it turns me into a cat, it uses dash, or it uses displacer beast. And that's great. I know a couple of my cooldowns here, so I have my tree right here, and then I have my big super heal, tranquility, right here. And then I'm just following the keys here. So nature, alt 2, I'd press alt 2, regrowth, I cast it, and then Q. I just follow that, keep it gray, and keep everyone alive. Just make sure you watch your dude so you don't die.